back into the 14A Sports Radio Show. What? Say what?
That was like Japanese or something.
This edition of the 14A Sports Radio Show is brought to you by Fan Together. Go to fantogether.net, see where the local fans are in your town. All right, so we are here to break down the shit bowl that just went down this
You know what I
past
liked
weekend?
about it?
Super Bowl beatdown.
You know what I liked about it?
It was
First of
decided early?
all, the three of us pretty much had it spot
Oh,
on.
my God.
So, you know, let's pat ourselves on the back real quick. No, idiots. I didn't mean literally.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
I wish I had a horn.
Let toot,
If I had a hat, I would tip it to you. No, Walsh,
Shake the princess ahead.
I gotta give you particular credit. You did a nice job.
Wait. Can we double record this?
Doesn't happen often.
Double? I need a double recording.
Can we get the
Walsh,
drop?
Walsh called. He said, this game feels to me like the Tampa Bay-Oakland Super Bowl. We both said, all right, but there's no way that Seattle's going to shut down Denver like Tampa did to Oakland.
Yeah,
but
and
that's
that
exactly
was
what they
100%
did.
what happened.
Man, they smoked them. And then it comes out yesterday, I guess Sherman's like, we're basically in their huddle, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I think he's being a little ridiculous, but
it feels. I mean, a lot to me. Like I feel finally vindicated. I feel like I've been saying this about Manny all year. Like if you make him throw deep and push the ball on you, he can't do it. And
Right.
they were just they finally had the unit and the guys that just go out there and hit them in the mouth and say, "Go ahead, beat us." And they couldn't do it.
Right. Especially early on. I mean, they try to run those cross routes, right? What they've been doing all year.
Little, like, drag.
And
Smacked in the
Cam
mouth.
Chancellor set the tone to that game.
Oh, yeah,
Take
first.
away the safety. Go back to the safety, though, first. How loud was that stadium? That was
yeah,
unbelievable.
it was.
You got it. Gordon
You could hear
McCabe and that crew, man. Those boys bring it with
Hearing
the
them all the
noise.
way from the 14A.
Dude, I could not believe how loud it was when he got on the center. I was like, holy bananas.
What do you think it is about Seattle
They're
that
probably
makes
all
them so loud?
They're all
Just-
pissed off that they
All
had to take the
Starbucks
NJ Transit
up?
to the game.
Oh,
They
God.
were probably heated up. They
Yeah.
had 700,000 people at the parade today.
Jeez.
That is
700?
700,000.
Well, you know what it is
That's
with
rolling out in
Seattle.
force.
You got, basically Oregon's in the mix there for them. You got Canada. They're
they got-
basically Canada's
They got
team.
nothing else either. I mean, the
Sea-
Mariners,
the Supersonics are gone.
they got
Yep.
robbed. The
They're big-
Mariners
and
suck.
they like soccer.
They love soccer.
That tells you how much they're dying as a sports town.
They
They're a
love
big
smoking.
soccer town.
They love
smoking
feet.
pot.
Big feet fan. Them and Rex Ryan.
But
All
yeah,
right, so
I mean,
Cam Chancellor set the tone of that game.
Absolutely.
Julius Thomas, who has been crushing all year, runs that little cross route, 4 or 5 yards.
Ba-boom.
And Chancellor just comes. Chancellor as a safety is as big as Julius Thomas, the tight
yeah.
end.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
just absolutely levels of it. And they were just fired up. And they were like,
Oh, yeah.
here we are.
And that was all day, you kind of look at it. One of the stats I saw from the game, Manning gets only blitzed 6 times on 51 of his dropbacks.
yeah.
It's not like
But they didn't need it.
Yeah, it's not like Seattle had overwhelming pressure on them. I think Seattle's secondary was so good,
Wow.
because you had a lot of those times where it looked like Peyton Manning had all day to pass, and nobody's open.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing, and this is what I said. You don't necessarily have to sack Manning, but you have
just
to
gotta
make
give him the happy
move.
feet.
You have to make a move, and that's Michael Bennett, A-Roll off the end. Dude, they dominated those tackles.
Yeah.
They absolutely dominated those tackles, and they were able to pressure Manning with 4 guys. And with that secondary, which I feel pretty, not vindicated is the wrong word, but we saw that coming, right?
Right.
I
Yeah.
think that we talked about that all last week. So good for us!
Woo!
Yeah, and I mean,
And we let him off the hook!
yeah, what Manny was doing was those 3-step drops, the 5-step drops that he kept on saying in the New England game, like, oh, we could wear the same jersey to the Super Bowl, whatever. Nobody touched him, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Boy, did they get
And
touched.
what I've been saying, I think, we all kind of agreed that when you watch the championship games, it looked like that Seattle San Fran game was on a different level played.
Oh yeah.
and
speed.
and they showed it. And it looked like that whole game, like where Denver was just like moving in slow mo, and Seattle was moving at like super fast forward.
Mm-hmm.
And they just. I was amazed to look back at the stat line and saw that Peyton Manning broke the completions record
Yeah.
and Demaryius Thomas
That was all
broke.
nonsense.
Well, that was the whole thing because
Even-
they really didn't take their shots downfield. They were, all they were able to do was
Manning
dink and
can't
dunk.
throw
Yeah.
that. They've been doing that all year. He can't throw the ball downfield. When he tried to muscle up and
Yeah,
throw the
it
ball
was
20
just like
yards,
a-
it looked like me throwing a football on a beach trying to go
Yeah.
to the wind. Like
Too
you're-
much sand on the
no,
football,
you-
Matthew?
No, like you're throwing it with all your might. Where like most they have the strong arm.
Yeah.
Brady lets it go for 50 and it's effortless. It's like a starting pitcher. There's guys that are natural. They call it natural 95, where they're smooth and easy.
It's like a
and it comes
Kaepernick.
out.
Like Kaepernick's just like
Right,
boom, and it's
right.
just
And Manning,
Throwing darts at the bar.
but here's the thing with Manning. He still had a great year. He's still
Absolutely.
an all-time great quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't like all this. Manny can't win the big one. That
He won
team,
the big one.
The Seattle team was so much better than the other team.
Absolutely.
In every
Absolutely.
the special teams. That
They
Denver
gotta-
special team coach should be fired. Should be fired.
Right in the face.
Why, just for the bad punts or the letting up the field
They
goal?
were completely
letting up the
overwhelmed
kick return?
on special teams. Completely. I thought they couldn't cover. Trenton Holiday made some poor decisions,
Oh, yeah,
taking the
even
ball out.
The first
I didn't
kickoff.
like what they were doing. Right.
What
set
was,
him up
wait,
in a
wait,
bad
what was
spot.
Trenton Holiday's deal when all the kickoffs were coming his way, and like he would just let the ball go over his head, and he would just like stick his arms
Called
out.
technical.
He was like doing the jet celebration out there. What was that?
He was very excited.
Yeah. I was
He's
like,
like-
all right, I bet you can't kick it through my arms.
I've been waiting to do this all year, guys. I'm ready for it.
I'm gonna do it on the biggest
I'm going to run
stage.
right underneath the ball.
So as a result of Seattle just playing very well-rounded defense, we have Malcolm Smith gets the MVP because he's the one that ran back the interception for a touchdown. Also had a fumble recovery in the game. Do you agree that he should have been the MVP, or did someone else get it?
You know what? It had to go to someone on the defense.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Wilson could have just getting the 2 touchdowns, but
I like that they didn't give it to Wilson just because he's a quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what Eli won it in the first one, and it should have went to probably Justin.
it's
Tuck.
just because they had that
You
drive
know,
at the end. But
Right. No, I understand. But it naturally goes towards the quarterback. The NFL is a quarterback game. But that Seattle defense was completely dominant. They set the tone. They won the game. And so, Malcolm Smith, he made a huge play. So yeah, sure, give him the MVP.
See,
Why not?
I think this is where sports is too by the book, by the letter of the law. Why did they say the defense as a whole
I agree.
should get the MVP?
Give out
I
12
agree.
trucks.
Like, it's not 12 trucks. It's just say, hey, you guys,
11. Sorry, I don't know.
one of you guys pick who's
keep-
going to go to Disney World or whatever. One of you say it to the
12th man.
camera, but
Yeah, that's what
your
I was-
whole unit got it because every single one of you guys played a part and deserved it.
I'm sure GMC or Ford would have been fucking pissed.
Oh, well, I mean, you can't, do all the nonsense with that goes with it, but it should be the defense should have gotten it out
Yeah,
of because obviously
absolutely.
it was every single person on that unit that played a part in stopping one of the best offenses of all time in the NFL. And not only stopped them, they beat him down.
Yeah.
8 points is the lowest Manning's ever scored in his whole career.
Wow, that's incredible. Personally, I thought Percy Harvin had a pretty good shot to win it. I mean, that kickoff that he
The kickoff return was
opened
big.
up
That
the
ended the
second
game.
half
That
with,
was like the
that
dagger.
just sealed it. But he was the most explosive player on that field.
Well-
He only had one catch for 5 yards. One got nullified, brought back. But he had those 2 runs on the
jet
on the
screen
end around
or the
handoff.
jet. You're right. The jet.
Yeah.
end.
Oh my God, he looked awesome, And how cool would that have been? The guy who only played one regular season game wins the Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, half.
Well,
And then, they go through and Seattle owns the first quarter. They're only up 8-0. And you're like, oh, but you never felt like the game was that close just because Denver could
yeah.
not do anything.
well, the Denver defense stiffened up a little bit, held them the
Yeah, I
first.
mean, they
That's
held
why
them the
my
field
boy
goals.
Hashikawa,
He was looking real good.
And then I thought he
looking
recovered
real
the
good.
fumble on Trent Holiday, and I was like, I get 75-1. I'm in.
Japan was dropping sake bombs like it was their job. This is their moment.
The Kawasaki company, they were going bananas.
They were playing that song from Revenge of the Nerds where the guys are riding around on the tricycle.
That one? Which one? How did it?
When they're doing
that?
the tricycle race and it's like the Japanese
Dun,
song comes on in the
dun,
background when he's doing the victory
dun.
lap. I can't place it.
We'll have to look.
We'll
that
get
up.
it. We'll play it. So just all around great performance. Now I'll tell you who didn't have a great performance in the
Who's
Super
that?
Bowl. That's New Jersey. Ton.
Nice.
That's what I do, baby. That's what I do.
Hey,
That's-
maybe you can get into Princess of You.
That's why I'm sitting all the way on the right, bruh. So
Maybe if you work hard.
you got
keep on
tons.
going. You keep on saying your intros. You keep on doing the welcome to the 14A Sports Show. Maybe I'll think about it, but right now you're not there. You're a compiler.
I
So
didn't
far,
see 'em all.
you're a compiler.
So
Nice, Nips.
well done. We're all going to Princess of You.
Oh yeah.
So so you got tons of passengers just stranded there at the game for up to 3 hours, and I think I
People
alluded to
passing
this
out.
as well, because I've been to Giants Jets games before, and taking the NJ Transit there, and you're stuck there, you're stuck
Yeah.
on a loop de loop going this way and that way, and only one track getting out of there, and then you gotta wait for your turn to get on the train there. I saw
Yeah.
this coming a mile away.
Well, I was surprised that getting there was such a hassle, but I guess they didn't start running trains till the stadium opened, and that was only 5 hours before kickoff, and people were there at like 11 o'clock or so. So I think that people just built up, and then the fans that were getting there at 1 or 2 o'clock were already online for an hour before anything happened. But obviously Jersey was not ready to move. The amount of people that they did getting out of the stadium at a regular game sucks. Taking the train just because people said there are no lines. It's kind of like a free for all, like first come first serve. And obviously they effed it up. I mean, I don't know what else you can say. It sucked.
The one benefit of that is now 30,000 new people hate Chris Christie, and really, you got to be happy about that.
And if you live
at least I am.
If you live in New Jersey, that's a positive.
Yeah, I like
between that and bridge closing.
It's cool.
It's good.
Yeah. So it definitely looks like there will not be another Super Bowl here ever again.
John Maris said that he thought that they did everything they could.
Well, what's he going to say?
They should host another Super Bowl.
In all honesty, we went to Super Bowl Boulevard. It was nothing special, right? It wasn't anything great. I think, and this isn't my thought. It's other people's thoughts. I read it and heard about it multiple things. But New York is such a huge dynamic city. New York swallowed up the Super Bowl. Like even when we went to Super Bowl Boulevard, if you go 2 blocks outside of that, it's like it's not even going on.
Like
absolutely. It's not even a big deal because that's how New York is. So I agree with you. I don't see another Super Bowl coming. And the other thing is they missed a huge snowstorm by about 12 hours.
Absolutely.
So imagine if what happened on Monday happened on Super Bowl day.
Sunday.
It would have. You know what? It would have been great. I would have loved it.
If it happened on Sunday, and then all the people at the NJ Transit can't even get to the game.
Stuck on Monday, and then they could have been there till Tuesday.
There would have been deaths. There would have been deaths involved.
No, that snowstorm on Monday was incredible. I had Benson out the other day down at the park. He's digging a friggin' hole to China through all this snow going on.
I love the snow day Monday though. By the way, the day off, it was great. Laid in bed, relax. Nurse a hangover.
Working from home.
Oh, yeah. I was working hard, too, if anyone from Chubb's watching.
Oh, yeah. So, no, that was a disaster. But, all right, overall grade of the Super Bowl, to wrap it up. We didn't really get to the commercials or the halftime show. Encompassing everything, the New Jersey aspect, the New York aspect, encompass everything, grade it. 1 to,
or should we give it a letter grade?
39.
1 to 39.
What would you?
Let's do letter grades. Let's not get crazy.
That might be more traditional.
I think I'm going to give it a solid C. Nothing that really stood out. A lot of flaws that went on throughout the week. The weather held up. So
I went to college and they used the motto, and I often used it, that C's get degrees, my friend. so you're saying bring it back?
No, I'm not giving it a D+.
I would go D on it, yeah, because I feel like, you hear about, the Super Bowl is going to be here. It's going to be this big, great extravagance. Actually, I'll go F, because, I felt like if you didn't tell me the Super Bowl was in New York this weekend, I would have no idea. I would have no idea.
I would hate to take your class. I would hate to take your class.
Tough grade. Where's my curve?
There was nothing in Jersey. They didn't let Jersey license Super Bowl parties, so that's why Rutherford had to have a Winter Fest the same weekend.
Oh, cool!
Like, how did they just license the one party? Why they would have had more of a pop if they did something in Hoboken or if they did something in Jersey City to have like a Super Bowl Boulevard or something like that.
To speak to the Jersey City end, they did all they could to keep downtown Jersey City out of it, and I live down there.
Like you couldn't get down there.
Literally,
they blocked it all off.
When they went into the hotel, they went as far as they can underneath, like, how hotels that have like the
overhang.
Like the drive-in kind of things, like the valet things. And the guys just got off and went into the hotel. So like they didn't want any fan interaction at all. They closed off all of that. It was like they weren't even in Jersey. They didn't sponsor any events down, downtown Jersey City.
I was in downtown Jersey City last Thursday. I mean, and there was a couple like beer promotions going on, like for Captain Morgan or for Coors Light or whatever. But other than that, it was like a dead Thursday night. You figured like you gotta do something.
There was no pop.
No sizzle. Up.
There was no sizzle.
You gotta fluff me a little.
Here's the thing too, like because I lived in Tampa.
Nipsey wants to be fluffed.
Calls.
I lived in Tampa while
at the break, not on air,
while the Giants-Ravens Super Bowl was going on. And the thing is, you need to have everybody all in one area.
That's the problem. It's too spread out.
You have to have it like that.
Urban sprawl.
Oh, all right. When we get back,
I didn't give a grade.
Oh. I thought you were just
forget about it. All right, you're right. I asked.
Nobody cares about your grade.
Give it a quick
Right,
grade.
nobody cares.
Give it a grade.
I was going to get on my own scale of 1 to 39. I was in the 11 to 12 range.
Oh boy.
So
all right,
take
so
that for what it's worth.
You would have been if we scale that to a 4.0.
Yeah.
College,
No,
it would have been like
it's
a
its own
0.2.
Failure. No degree.
Not dead.
15 minutes of fame. Let's go.